Hello, Diamogo family. Welcome to the second episode of the Diamogo podcast. And I'm your host, Rima Mapena. And today I have a very special guest. The man is a motivational speaker, he's an author, and he's also an entrepreneur. So let's hear what he has to say today. Welcome to the show, Lucas.
Thank you so much, Raymond. It's such a pleasure being at the Diamogo podcast.
Thank you so much for the invitation. So the first thing that I'd like to know who is Boikhutso and what do you do?
Well, Boikhutso Pilane is a young man from Tlokweng. I am an author, I'm a motivational speaker, and I am a mentor as well. I run my own company, my own establishment called The Sales Heart Proprietary. At The Sales Heart, we sell mentorship packages, part of therapeutic counseling and just a whole mentorship program for young people, for adolescents, for teenagers, people who find themselves dealing with many social ills, be it depression, be it drug and substance abuse, be it people who find themselves overwhelmed with the journey of pursuing a dream, and not only do we sell mentorship packages, but we offer team building programs to corporates, to government, to private companies. And we also do motivational speaking for these different organizations that I have mentioned to you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. And then I'd love to know all this, the sales heart, mentorship, and everything. What inspired you to start that?
The Sales Heart was a product of a journey of growth. You start from being an employee, and then you get to a point where you feel like, I think the same thing that I'm doing for people, I can do it for myself. Yeah, so I'm also a salesperson. I'm a sales expert. I'm really good in sales. So over the years, I've seen myself help company grow by bringing them good business opportunities. So as I grew in that field, I got to a point where I felt like, you know what, this is a time for me to go out and start my own thing. And this decision was inspired by so many things. You get into an organization, Ray, and you will change the whole aspect of that organization. The admin, the sales returns, and almost everything. And then you get to look at your remuneration package. Your output and what you get, it doesn't balance. And also, one of the reasons that made me feel like it's time for me to start my own establishment, it was a godly inspiration, I had been through a terrible business betrayal. Yeah, I had worked with someone who was who I considered a brother, a friend, and I still do. And I had put in so much into that company, and in those months and in the times that we worked together, we managed to get good paying jobs. And instead of things going the right way, somebody who had promised you that, you know what, if you put in the work and you deliver the results, I'm going to make you a partner. And then the first big paycheck comes. Then somebody decides to run and decides to do whatever they wanted to do with that. Yeah, that's the problem we find with so many people. They can't realize, well, you know what, I have an asset here, an asset that I can grow with and build with. So, and so for me, I wasn't broken by the money, but I was broken by the fact that it was one who I called a brother, it was one who I called a friend who had done that to me. But when I was on my own and when I was just on my prayers and me just talking to God, I'm like, why is this happening? I keep on doing good things. I keep on doing the right things. But why does it seem like my life, I'm always these betrayals, these painful things are always chasing after me? Why is it like I'm never going to get my own breakthrough? So the answer that I got was, look at yourself. Why are these people looking for you? What is it inside of you that makes these people want to work with you? You have the work ethic. You have the gift of sales. You have a passion for sales. And you have a passion for delivery. So why don't you put these things into building your own brand? So that's how my company started. So it started as that. And when it started, I was already doing motivational speaking. I was already doing these counseling sessions low key. I'm an uncertified counselor. I'm basically counseling out of experience. So I was doing all of these things. So when I started my company, I had the right things now to do. I had a focal point. That's how it all started. So the Sales Hut was mainly started to sell these mentorship packages, these personal development packages, and these motivational speaking packages to different individuals, families, and organizations. That's the short story behind the company that I started.
Well, I wasn't supposed to ask this now. There's a question that I have. There's a question that I have about partnership.
Yeah.
What can you say about it? Would you say to someone, start your own thing, build your own thing, don't put effort into looking for a partner and stuff. Just do your own thing and grow it, or maybe in the future, maybe when the company is already established, you can maybe that's when you can look for partners when you can now put everything down, engage guys and stuff like that. What comment can you make about that?
Partnerships can be good when you find the right people. Partnerships can be bad when you find the wrong people. The right people in this aspect. You need to find somebody as driven as you are. You need to find someone who has also established some form of their own network. Somebody who has something to bring to the table. Somebody who has something to lose. And you have to bring people into the picture who are visionaries. People who understand the power of having a vision and what a long-term vision can become. So sometimes we find people who don't have the patience to wait for bigger things. They just want quick rich scheme. They just want somebody that they can tap into their potential and then sit back. I've seen partnerships where the other partner is not doing anything. Why it's okay, Ray, was it established a solid base here market I can use that. Okay, why it's Ray is good in admin, he's good in ordering everything that he does. He's always he always packages himself well. Yeah. So I think Ray could be somebody that I can work with. Not really work with, but they know that no, Ray is somebody that I can use to advance my own selfish ambitions. And then those things, they never work out. But you look at companies like Apple. Apple was started by Bill Gates with his friend in a garage. You see? And even though the world doesn't know about this guy, this partner of Bill Gates, he's still there.
Sorry, it's actually Steve Jobs.
Sorry, Steve Jobs. I'm sorry about that. Steve Jobs. Look at what they established together. It is the power of a vision. When you meet somebody who is as hungry as you are, and when you meet somebody who is bringing something to the table, then the partnership can work. Partnership can work. And then the legalities, we can always get legal advices as we start and as we grow into something that manifests physically now, from just a vision to something that we can hold, something tangible. So I believe when we pick people that we can work with, we need to be aware of these things. Don't ignore the red flags that you see.
Yeah, but I feel like it's something that is not so easy. Like finding someone who can understand, someone who's a visionary, like all the trees that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
It's not so easy to find someone like that.
Yes.
So
and you're basically telling the truth. But before you find someone like that, push yourself. Push yourself. Push your vision. God gives you that vision for a reason. He knows that you are quite capable of handling that vision before help comes along. Sometimes people want to see you actually advancing in something, then they can come on board. Sometimes all we have is just this vision and in our minds as ideas and on paper, but we never actually implement. So sometimes it's good to start, then people can join you as you go along. So for now, if you haven't found the right partner and if you haven't found the right people to build with you, then build your thing. Start small, start wherever you are. I've seen corporations start with just one man, but now you find that that corporation, they are board of directors sitting on that board. There are shareholders who came on board because they saw that this thing, there's something here. There's something here. But had not that person started, people would have nothing to see. Yeah.
Okay, so you have this great titles for your books, Raw and Dumb.
Yeah.
I'd like you to speak about
I think I have to start about my first book, Dumb.
yeah.
Dumb was inspired by so many things. It's a memoir. It's a motivational book.
Yeah.
It's also solely founded on experience, the things that I have overcome, the things that the principles of life that I learned along the way that I saw working for me. So basically, when I first wrote dumb, it's a word that we get when we fail in life. When I look back at my life, I came from a university dropout. I had went to UB, to University of Botswana, to study economics. A guy who grew up such a brilliant child. A child who was always in front of people, sharing poems. A guy who was always representing his schools in many things, maths and science. And then this guy, people look up to him, people look up to his future. And then I get to university, I mess everything up. I go into drugs, I go into alcohol, binge drinking. And this thing messes up my life. I drop out from UB, I go back to Kokweng, and mind you, when I get home, there's nobody who could afford my tuition. I think it was somewhere around 20,000 per semester. I was just from a humble home. Nobody could afford that. So what do I do now? I go to places where there's access of these things, drugs readily available. Eventually, I get into these drugs and I realize that I cannot even feed my habit. So how can I feed my habit? How can I feed my binge drinking? Because I used to get allowance and now I have nothing. What do? I started selling marijuana. I kept on going from bad to worse. So Dumb was basically founded on these mistakes that we make. Sometimes we do make dumb decisions. We do make dumb decisions. We do take things that we know we don't need. Imagine growing up being this brilliant, super joyful guy, and then you feel like you need alcohol, you need drugs to fulfill you. It's a dumb decision. Yeah, but sometimes when we make these mistakes, people look at us and they brand us. Look at that dumb guy. He used to be this. He was married. Now he's a divorcee. He had a business. He had a good business going on. He messed it up. People forget that nobody is perfect. And they call us dumb for having made mistakes in life. That's where the inspiration came from. Okay, people call us dumb for the mistakes that we've made. It's fine. We can deal with that. And another thing that people call us dumb for, right? How many people have laughed at you when you told them about your dreams? So many people. When you tell people that, I think God wants me to start this business and he tells me that this business is going to be worth $1 million in 3 years, in 5 years, your peers laugh at you. They laugh at you. They call you dumb for having dreams like that. So we took this name. You call us dumb for having dreams. You call us dumb for having made mistakes. And we have also made these dumb mistakes. But I feel like there's something good. There's a certain perspective that we can look at this name from. Then I was inspired to make DAM an acronym. It means dreamer, unstoppable, motivated, and bold. Okay, we carry a dream. When we tell you about it, you laugh at us, you call us dumb. It doesn't mean we will stop. We are going to make sure that we fulfill and we live out our dreams, no matter what it takes. So being unstoppable means that you will face challenges along the way. You will face forces that are going to come against you. Doors will shut on you. People will promise you that we will help you, and then they don't help you. You will face every other challenge that you can ever think of. You will go to bed on an empty stomach because of your dream. You will lose friends because of your dream. And then, does it mean that you're going to stop? No, we are unstoppable. So is dreamer unstoppable? Motivated. Why are we motivated? We need this burning desire, this burning zeal, this strong belief that we can get this. And once you have that motivation, it becomes the light, that gives you, it becomes the enthusiasm that you thrive from. It becomes the power that propels you to your dreams. Dreamer, unstoppable, motivated, and bold. The boldness comes from what? From knowing who we are. When you know who you are, nothing can stop you. When you know who you are, no matter what people say, it cannot stop you. You just keep going. So basically, that's what DAM came from. It was inspired by that. Those aspects that I mentioned, the mistakes we make, the failures, the betrayals, the heartbreaks, and the laughing stock that we become. But you look at Raw. Raw was written, I wrote Raw when COVID was ravaging lives. When COVID was knocking down small businesses. Imagine being on lockdown for 3 months, you cannot operate, and you see your dream tumbling down. A lot of marriages were affected during the COVID era. Spouses had never spent so much time with each other. A lot of lives were affected. People lost their loved ones. And other people started taking things that they had created for themselves. Actually, even the researchers show that use of drugs went high during the COVID era. So I wrote this book. I think God was inspiring me to tell people that, you know what, Raw, it means rise over ashes and rain. It means that, okay, you are facing difficult times right now. The business is collapsing, things are not working out, but you have to rise over these things and reign. You have to reign because there is a leader in you. You have to reign because there is a king in you. There's a queen in you. You are born for greatness. And you have to get to a point where you see yourself having accomplished your dreams. You see yourself enjoying the peace that you've always wanted. But that can only happen if we choose to rise over anything that we may encounter in life. So these are the inspirations of my book. Raw was basically inspired by the steps that I took from the dark hole that I was in to now being in a position where my character has changed. Now my character is an inspiration. And then now from that character, I take people also through personal development. I help people find their gifts. And then from there, once you find your gift, you take it from the next level to the next level to, if it means going to the international standard, you want to take it there. We also touch on issues of personal development, and we also touch on aspects of rehabilitation and therapy, because imagine a guy who formed his business from a simple betrayal. Yeah, but you have to heal first. We need that therapy. And also, when you've made mistakes in life, you need to forgive yourself. You need to do all these things. So it's step by step to help people to just heal, recover, start something, grow that something, and then find themselves at a point where they are just flowing with what they do. So basically, these are the inspirations of my book. The first one was inspired by the story of my life, the failures I overcame. Imagine that guy who messed his life up, who was an inspiration as a child, and then he became a monster in his community. But now he's out there. God has changed this guy, and he's made him an inspiration. I just wanted to tell people that you might have made dumb mistakes in life, but there's hope. There is hope.
Yeah, that is so profound. Thank you so much for that, man. So, Boikhutso, how many people are you working with right now? How many people do you have in your team, or how many people are working for your company?
Well, currently I'm working alone, but I also have people that I engage on different bases. I also have one young man. He's done social work. He's from He's from Zimbabwe. His name is Tinashe Tanaka. So he's one of the people that I work with on day-to-day basis. Sometimes when we are overwhelmed on the side, when I can't handle clients myself, I also bring him on board. He's still learning. He's still doing his practice now. So I believe that he will grow as we also give him these opportunities to work. But most of the time, for now, I work alone. I also have one young lady by the name of Musa. She's, I call her the head of media and communications. Every time when I'm asked to go out and speak, she'll be there documenting the whole thing, capturing the moment and all of that. But on day-to-day basis, I just engage different people for different services.
Okay, I want to understand, how were you able to explain the vision to Musa and other guys that you're working with?
These are people who have followed my work for some time. Yeah, when you see somebody who just keeps on going, and then you see that, oh, but I think this guy, he needs help in this particular area. He needs somebody he can always travel with to his speaking engagements when he goes to schools, when he goes to different organizations. Somebody who can be there to capture consistent pictures, consistent quality. Somebody who will be there all the time. So that is how they were inspired to jump on board. And also I also have people who support my work. The different families out there. These people will go out of their way to do anything. They'll buy my books. They'll make sure that I have transport when push comes to shove. They will make sure that my seminars have people who can attend. They will either sponsor different people they don't know, or they will also bring their children on board. So I have those people who are always out there looking to help because they continually see me live out the vision, So for now, I don't have a permanent team. I do most of the things myself, from the admin, from everything. Because what we should know about entrepreneurship is the first few years you will be the sales and marketing, you'll be the accountant, you will be the admin. But as time goes on, as you grow and as you are able to pay all these people, then you can bring them on permanently. For now, the idea is not for you to overwhelm yourself before you even begin, Yeah, so definitely that.
Okay. Yeah, that's wonderful, my brother. So, one thing that I noticed that people, like local people, for example, they sometimes prefer to buy books from international authors. Is that right?
Yeah. Most times, yeah, you will see that people will post something from outside on their social media that that's my current read. You know, I've seen that. I think this one goes to the culture. The culture. One, locally, not. I think you'll realize that 70% of people are not readers. You know, even it goes back to the family. There's no time in Langore you'll find Mama and Papa bar, hey guys, today we're just gonna sit on the dining table and talk about the books that we've read. You know, we get to share about that. And it also goes back to schools, you know. I think I learned this thing from Mam Khatwane, my school, my English teacher, when I was doing Form 4 and Form 5. We had this thing every Tuesday. You would either bring a magazine, a novel, something that you have to read to just enhance your comprehension skills, enhance your communication skills, you know. So it's not every school where you find these things. So buying local books is also maybe I think it is affected by that because if we don't know Botswana to be readers, then definitely not a lot of writers can come out of Botswana. But this is also a misconception. This is also a misconception in a way that you will take something that you'd find in raw, but in relatable content to your environment, to your demography, you know, something that you can really relate to. An African child who's lived under your conditions, and you'd want to listen to Michelle Obama. You want to listen, but the same person has actually written a book just as worthy as reading, a book that can change your life just as much. But it goes back to us, even us as writers. Now, considering we don't take our craft seriously, you know, you want to be the author, you want to be the editor, you want to be the proofreader, you want to be the designer of the cover, and then do you think you can be jack of all trades and master of all? You cannot do that. If you want your book to be international standard, engage into editors who you know that they meet that criteria. So engage people like that so that you bring out the best quality that can sell you even in your absence. And then it also goes back to authenticity. You know, I think when you engage professional editors, they can pick things like these. Sometimes we just take content from elsewhere and then we just put it in our books and we want it to be our content. And yet, there's nothing about your life that somebody can relate to from that, you know. But when it's poetry, when it's these novels, I can understand. But when we come to books that we want to change lives and we want to inspire people with, then let it be something authentic. Let it be something that people can relate to. So the whole thing, it's also affected by that. We don't bring out, now it's we don't bring out the best quality that somebody else wants to buy. Because now go our national library, they'll tell you, or no, the international standard paper that we use, cream white, and you still find a local author, it makes the book heavy, and it also gives the quality of the book a very short time span. Also, but when you strive to bring quality to people, quality will always sell itself. And then it goes back to now, how much do you believe in what you sell? How much do you believe in the message that you carry in your book? And how much are you going to push and make sure that that message reaches as many people as possible? So it's the marketing aspect, the authenticity aspect to us the writers, and the quality content to us, the writers. And then from the other side is that we are still adapting to Botswana being writers. We are still adapting to this reading culture. We are still adapting to just so many things, and that involves authoring a book and being a buyer of a book. We are growing, and there is hope. So yeah.
And I think the other thing is that people rely so much on this on this thing that support local. And that on its own can make someone to be relaxed and not bring out the best of it. Yeah. Like you just said right now, people sometimes, most people thought about they want to buy things. They buy things because those things are of value to them, not because they are buying because I know we could. So okay, there can be a few people, for example, our family members, they buy because okay, buy is one arrow. But there are people out there who don't know you.
Yeah.
So those people do love to buy your book because they know what okay, this book is going to what? It's going to change my life and it's going to bring you. This book, how is your author, this book, author, how make book. And you can see by the design, camera, and stuff like
that. Yeah. I actually remember one lady on Abirago BBS Bank, head of financial there. So somebody had bought my book. So this person buys the book down. The person who bought it, about no, I'm gonna get another copy for my boss. You know, she bought the book. So already the book gets a bit and the other one for the boss. So she went now to the boss. I got you this book. So the lady read the book. She finished the book and she called me. I need 10 more of your books. I think they can actually impact my department. She did that. She bought them. So you see now, this book is selling itself even in my absence. It was not the last trip I took to BBS. The other time I think I was doing something for BBS. The former direct CEO of the bank, and then come repairs, and then I give him the book and then he buys the book. So I hear in my absence about an boardroom, I look at this book. I read this book. I don't know where this young man get words like these. And he actually advised the people to buy. You see, when you make something good, it will always sell itself. And it will market itself even in your absence. Yeah. Of course, here and there, if you can, but those are things that help us grow. But Khapena was sitting where people will always have their own opinion. Yeah, so I'm just attesting to what you're saying. When you make the best quality, people will always go for it. No. People want value for their money. People want value for their money. So if you're selling them something, it has to be the quality that appeals to them. And it has to be something that actually changed their lives. You know, so yeah.
I was gonna ask how you managed to make your books to be one of the best selling books. But then you answered me by saying that by the what you just said about faith. I believe that is the answer because most people read them. We have authors who are writing their books, but they're not selling.
I know.
Yeah. So
I know so many authors who have printed the first 100 copies and they have 90. It's 3 years now. It's 4 years now. They have. The second book, Raw, I don't have it in stock, but people still want the book. People are still telling me, we want the book. You know, I'm still putting up funds to get my next batch because it's a little bit expensive because it's a bigger book and it's you know, the quality and everything is not gloss. This one is matte. It's more like suede cover and everything. So it's really costly for me to. But you see, people still want it, and it's out of stock. I think I have done 300 copies of this book, so I'm still gonna sell more. And the good thing is that one thing I believe about my books is that they will never get old, because wisdom and words that change lives, they never go out of style, even for generations to come. Yeah. So write your books, being aware of the target market that you wanted to reach. And basically my books are for everyone. A teenager can read my book and be inspired. A 50-year-old mother can read my book and still be inspired. My second book, I've seen two women, one in Kanye called me Alela. Another one in church called me Alela. Alela Abwak, how this book has healed her. So give people your best and sell yourself. Sell yourself as much as possible, and you will be able to sell. I think one of the things I also used was media. My first book, it had like the best media coverage. I was on every print paper locally. I was on many radio stations talking about my book. Take yourself out. Take yourself out. Get out of your comfort zone. Go to people. Go to libraries. Go to schools. Schools are always buying local books. Go to schools. Go everywhere where you know that your book is needed. As long as those people are your target market and you know that that is what they need. So I know that in times of today, we need therapy, we need motivation more than anything. So I will always have clientele as long as I push and market myself. Yeah.
Okay, so you are a guy who came from drugs. You sold drugs, you told me that. So drugs, marijuana, and coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to believe that there might be someone right now who's listening to you.
Yes.
So you managed to get out of the situation and become the man that you are right now. What can you say to that guy who's listening right now and is like, I used to be like Boikhutso. No, not I used to be like, I'm like Boikhutso before. I'm selling drugs. I'm into drugs. I dropped out of school and I'm going through a lot right now.
Just I want to say, keep your head up, because one thing that I know is that there is no happy addict. There is no happy addict. Ask every addict right now. They will tell you, I regret the first day that someone told me, take that line, take that first puff. They regret that day. And they will always regret that day. And because one thing that if you're an addict, there's a possibility that you'll always be an addict. And if you're on recovery, you must always know that you are running away from addiction. So my message to somebody who could find themselves in a place where they dropped from glory to that lowest point, where their lives have been destroyed by drugs and substances and alcohol. Because there are people who had great jobs, man, in HR that I know, in HR and everywhere, drugs, people in banking, drugs, and then mothateng a ba senyegela ke botshelo kgantele ka ro simolotsa a simola go senya ko tirong kgantele go simola gore ga o nne consistent ko tirong because you are always there in these drug houses all the drugs. I just want to say, if you find yourself in that position, one of the best ways, one of the things that can set you free is acceptance. Look at yourself, admit and accept that I need help. I need help. This is not me. I wasn't born dependent on stuff like this. I need help. The second thing now is to go out and seek this help. You find people like us, people who have been where you are. Talk to them. Ask them how they did it. And stick with them until you find the strength. The third thing, accountability. Be accountable to someone. Find someone who can say, you know what, I'm going to go to Ray. And I'm going to tell Ray, Ray, I want to change my life. Help me. No, you've fallen again. Get back up. Find someone on the you otla accountable to. Otla nanta aho libile a monitor progress you know. And then the fourth thing is get out of there. Get out of that environment. You know where these things are. You know, and every time, paying 2 days or and then Monday, go those guys, go environment where these things are readily available. What do? Temptation. Yeah, go snooking, go car washing, guy, go ding thing. The house we can plate the hela edicolo Hayana plate plate bank card get out of those places, get out of them, because you know that you're still weak. I'm not saying hate people, but detach yourself from every environment and people who you know that can set you back, and then focus on your recovery, because those are one of the things you did. I think I told you, not the guys I used to stay with, after about 8 months, till fully recovered, till strong. Look at me, look at how fresh I am, look at how I'm building my life again. You can do this. And I'm telling you, when you get there, share your testimony, the more you know what you are running away from. And when you go out there telling people about what you've been through, the more you are getting away from what you have been. So once you detach yourself and you find the right people to hang around with, and you find the right people to be accountable to, and detach yourself completely, then next time how to go after a year, after two, we thought we are go all strong yeah, so it's only do acceptance, taking a step to get help, finding somebody who you can be accountable to, and then detaching yourself from environment. You know, acceptance is like what have drugs destroyed. Ba bangwe manyalo a thubegile, ba bangwe ba senyeditswe ke ditiro, ba bangwe ba senyeditswe ke dikolo. Yes, we have brilliant minds out there. Ba faith, they have dropped out like I had done. They're doing nothing with their lives. And yet we're talking about gifted people, talented people, intelligent people. So they have to know that they need to give their lives a chance. Give your life a chance by fighting the good fight again. Yeah. So those are the few points I'd share with somebody out there.
Okay, no, thank you so much, Papa. That is so profound. So now I want to know about what's the word that you can give out to, since you're an entrepreneur and you're also an author and a motivational speaker. What last word can you give out to those people? Those who are entrepreneurs, authors, and motivators, the word of motivation to them.
Yeah. I'm actually working on a book that can speak to that, you know. I won't tell the title, but how are you? No, I'm kidding. I'm not saying they would do that, but the title it's something that I feel like it's also beautiful, and I want it to be a surprise to my readers and to everybody out there. But I just want to tell people that, you know what, any journey that you're on, whether it's a journey of recovery, whether it's a journey of taking steps towards your dreams, whether it's a journey of building your business, whether it's a journey of being in a relationship leading on to marriage, whether it's anything that you've embarked on, really, I just want to say, trust the process. Because the process is one of the most difficult things. And there's the beginning, there's the end, and then there's this thing here that breaks people. The process, it breaks relationships. The process, it breaks entrepreneurs. When like I said, you once told me this thing, or no, people will tell you, no, I'll help you, and they don't help you. That thing crushes you. That thing crushes you. And sometimes you even look down on yourself. You even look down on your product, and you even look down on what you're offering. So I'm just saying, the door won't open at a first go. It might open on the next door, but it might open on the 100th door. So you trust the process. Trust the process that God is leading you through, because he says the steps of a righteous man, they are ordered by the Lord. Every move that you make, it's God's move. So trust where God is leading you. When you fail for the first time, trust the process. It is teaching you something about where you're going. Trust the process, because you need that failure to perfect your craft. You need that failure to lead you to excellence. You need that failure to build a strong, solid character, a character that's going to be strong enough to hold the success that is coming. Greatness doesn't come from easy places, doesn't come from comfort zones. But the difficult moments, the painful moments, the betrayals, the people beguiling you, the people ridiculing your dream, it is building something that the world can never break down. And when you trust where the process is leading you, every step that the process is taking you through, I'm telling you, you will arrive. First, you will arrive at places where you will rest. You know, one door yana ibutse, yeah, I'm on my way. Breakthrough yana hale, yeah, I'm on my way. So just trust the process. Every down has an up. When you go down, know that you're going to stand up again tomorrow. So I just want to leave people with that. Whatever journey you begin, be it recovery from addiction, something painful happens to you, I'm gonna get it just to relieve my mind. When you find yourself, don't stay there. get back again. Know that it's a process of recovery. It's not going to be a smooth journey. Success is not just a straight road leading to something, but it's a road of ups and downs, crooked paths, paths that the corner day, but you will arrive. So I just want to leave somebody with that. Your relationship, how since lo mana it always is not always going to be the honeymoon stage. You're learning something about your partner. You're learning if the other person you want to spend your life with. So trust the process. Trust the process. Wherever it's leading you, just keep on working hard. Keep on showing up. Keep on doing your best, giving your best every day. Live your day like it's your last day. Giving your best to your dreams. Give it your best. Redeem your time. Use your time wisely. But other than that, just sail with life. Move with life. How we do bicycle when you relax. The experts relax. Don't when you do that, you drown even more. So just move with the current. Keep on showing up, keep on showing up, keep on doing your best, but move with the flow of life. Accept what you cannot change, change what you can't accept. Definitely.
Thank you so much about those.
Yeah.
Those are wise words. Wise words. Really wise. So, how can people, if they want your book or if they want your services, how can they contact you? Facebook page?
Yes, Facebook page, Boikhutso Pilane, Instagram, Boikhutso Pilane, Twitter handle, Boikhutso Pilane, everywhere it's Boikhutso Pilane, you will find me there. You know, when you want to buy my books, I believe that people would love to have a book that has been signed by an author, this author. So you want yourself some signed copies, you'll find me on social media. Social media, you'll find my contacts, and you'll find everything. And also keep on following this Ray Maps page. Keep on following Boikhutso Pilane page and every other page that you know can empower you. Because we promise you every day we will give you something that can inspire your day, that can inspire your journey. So find us there on social media. Follow us. Invite more people to follow us so that this world may be illuminated, so that light may shine forth, So that's where my people can find me. And yeah, it's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you so much again for having the invitation. It was I really learned a lot. I learned a lot through this interview.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's what we are here for. Iron sharpens iron. There's what I've learned from you today, and there's what you've learned from me today. So this is how we keep on growing.
Thank you. We have come to the end of our podcast. Please don't just turn off the computer. Make sure that you subscribe. Like he said, make sure that you follow our pages on Facebook, Ray Maps and Boikhutso Pilane. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next episode.